But I think you're absolutely right. General, he is that one hero that starts fights and end fights for Navi. Try and get that Blink Dagger at a reasonable timing. And then he'll need, you know, Blink and BKB as the game progresses just to try and keep himself in the running. Away we go. Game 1 of this best of 5. OG up against Navi. ILTW Gyrocopter going to be coming out here. Very likely paired up with that Phoenix. And there's Slardar, the big man, the main hero for Navi. Very nice that IceFrog decided to put him at the front because he is the pivotal off-lane catch hero for the CIS squad.
Well, that'll learn ya!
Prepare for battle.
Well, that'll learn ya!
Next level.
Oh my god. What is happening here? They've both walked into each other. It's nighttime in the Dota 2 world. A 3-man light strike array. That's great from the Lina, but Tops and No-Tail still chasing General. They're trying to get the first blood, but a 2-man crush there. Slardar stops them in their tracks, and they do bring down the Phoenix. Great start, and another big light strike array. Here's another +2 for Iceberg, and another one +6 incoming. Saxon's down. Navi, a cracking start. Okay, you gave up General in the mix of it all, but huge kills and a burst of aggression to kick off this series.
So I have a couple of pro players that I talked to about like the changes that I had enough time to talk to about, and everyone mentioned the same thing. Like, we like that it's nighttime, so we can, you know, plant some wards, we can keep fighting the smokes and everything. And this shows like Silencer starting up with 6 extra intelligence, which means more damage, which also means more mana regeneration. So pretty good.
Yeah, I can't believe it. That is great for Iceberg. He's probably laughing to himself right now, getting tips as well. And we'll see our lanes and how they pan out, because Saxa is up top with Seb, the Tusk, and the Magnus. Taking a look at that safe lane from the PA and the Oracle. Mid lane, of course, we see here Topson on the puck. And that build that he's been going recently, the double null Urn with the E-Blade coming, facing against Iceberg Silencer. And down bottom lane, General Slardar with the Roger Lina. They've been crushing it as this dual lane off lane against No-Tail and ILTW. Phoenix and Gyro. There's a lot of magic damage from OG.
I came a long way.
Yeah, it is. Oh, Crush. This is something that General does when he's playing into range hero. Doesn't get the bash, but starts with the Slithering Crush. So it's easy setup for Lina to land an LSA. And to go back to the talk about Intelligence Steal, he stole 2 extra intelligence from Puck and he gained 6. So that's 8 difference in damage already on a mid lane.
Yeah, look at that. Puck at 59 plus 2. Of course, there's some Glaives of Wisdom there. So what's it, 60?
Yeah!
And then 67 over on Iceberg. Good old beginning for him. Top lane always want to fly, gonna get tag teamed, and Shockwave back into the waiting arms, and that big old hammer of Seb's Magnus. OG striking back, claiming a little bit more momentum, at least in that top lane. Not an easy one for Oracle PA. It's a very kind of passive defensive lane until maybe they hit level 3 and Oracle's burst damage comes into play.
I thought that's gonna be a bit different. Like, PA should still get the farm. They might get a kill or 2 on the Oracle, especially if he's out of position, but decent start. Saxa died once, which kind of cripples him. Losing that 1 intelligence is a pretty big deal for Tusk
Nice
to have a limited mana pool. There's the skewer.
They don't keep the tag team going. Always want to fly. He's got to burn through a salve himself. Will stick around in the lane. And peeking down to bottom, light strike array from Roger, clipping ILTW. In general, it looks like they've done a bit of a wave drag back here, try and secure a bit more safe experience and farm for the Slardar. But he's had a pretty good start so far.
Mid lane, rotation from Tusk. Just kidding, it gets stopped by Fortune's End. He wanted to go on Silencer. It's an easy setup with the Ice Shards and a tag team. You know, give Puck some advantage because Silencer got his already at the start.
I mean, Topson's chipping him down. Okay, the salve is there from Iceberg, defensively by his tower. So he will be all right as the shards come top lane, well placed by Saxa. Blocking always want to fly, but Seb too low to commit onto the Oracle. Very, very spooky laning stage here. Both teams really looking for that killer edge. Roger's fake pumping Light Striker A's bottom as well. They're doing a great job here zoning out both No-Tail and RTW, so General can continue, you know, with a double bracer into boots he's got. That'll allow him to get straight into the blink, but Roger's being initiated on. Homing missile does donk him on the head, but General bodyguards his Lina.
General is the off-lane god. Like, I saw his clockwork in the previous series. He had triple bracer, casual gauntlet of strength, and strength power treads on clockwork. So, look at this, just a double bracer. Sounds really silly, but the amount of like regeneration and stats that you get is pretty good. LTW needs to be careful with the courier. Lina might take it out.
Roger, yeah, blocking up the camp, spots the courier, but it's a little too late and a bit far away. And that top lane again, this time it's Seb that's in a spot of bother. Pops his stick in the fairy fire and does actually tick down.
Radiant's middle tower
That final
is under
right-click
attack.
projectile from the Oracle follows him all the way across. And then in that mid lane, Topson grabs the arcane rune, salves up, so Iceberg's got a long walk back to Fountain. While down at bottom, RTW, and he pops his stick, turns and fights. General still in the middle of it all, but they're bursting through Roger's HP pool. Fairy Fire still available, and he pops it to survive through the fiery spirits.
Now OG is out of region on the bottom. All right, courier from No-Tail has one salve, so he will pop that on ILTW just to give him some more lane presence.
Yeah, and their sticks are empty as well. They keep bursting through them. It looks like Roger's going to have to wander himself back to the double bounty runes and probably go home.
Nice burn.
He's bringing out a salve though, so could stick around.
Puck is level 6, so Navi needs to be careful about rotation coming out from Tusk. They need to be ready with a TP. Lina is low on HP, so she can't do it. Brings a healing salve.
And Puck nearly has that urn. It really is that kind of level 6, level 7, double null urn, and then make the rotation to get charges on it for Topson Puck.
I just hope it's not a double urn build.
Hey, was it Wind Ranger for Seb that bought it?
Yeah. Bite it. You're
Bite it. Native speaker, by the way.
Something that I would say.
Whoopsie. Just a bit of lag in my brain, you know? It happens. I've read too many patch notes. I don't know how to use my words anymore. Oh, Roger. Roger's dying. Yeah, there's the shards. Secures it for RTW.
Boss!
There's also a nice little play by Always Want to Fly top, stopping Seb from dragging that wave across. And both teams securing the runes. Always Want to Fly realizes it isn't top, so Topson gets a regen to refill. And to clear the camp, actually. Keeps it going for a Waning Rift and an Orb.
Dire are
And
scanning.
Tusk made a move so that, you know, gives Magnus room to be in the jungle, because cannot really lane top against two heroes. They have a way to stop the TP.
Does get spotted under the dire ward though, so the observer from Saxa probably going to get removed. Still gets a good shot on mid, and there's a Dream Coil tag team onto Iceberg. TP coming in, but it all seems too little too late. They global silence the Fairy Fire, and Iceberg, he's away from there. General with the crush. 4 heroes from OG coming,
Great
dive
dive.
forward. Iceberg needs to dive, and No-Tail, he's chasing for it. Finally secures the kill. Mid lane silencer down, and Thompson not jaunting to the orb, just leaving No-Tail to maybe trying to knight to neutrals. Never going to make it with both General and Roger there.
It's still worth it for them, because they got some damage on the tower. Iceberg hesitating with that global silence.
Dire's
Like, he was
bottom
like
tower.
pop it straight away and gave like half a second to Puck to be able to respond with the Banning Rift. Fairy's Trinket picked up by Mag. That's Puck's item, because it gives spell damage and mana cost reduction.
Oh, that's
Sounds
really
like a
nice.
very cool tier 1 item, yeah. And 100 HP on top of that.
Yeah, the 100 HP for a squishy hero like Puck. Very impressive. And trusty shovel straight away from Topson. A free kobold. How much gold? 7 gold.
7 is the lucky number.
It sure is. 777s, that's what you want. It's bottom lane, Roger. Thinking about the Light Strike array, but again, that homing missile just chasing through to him. securing yet another kill for ILTW, who is left alone down here while diving into mid. No Tail and Topson. They've got a coil. Not throwing it towards the Slardar, and he's going to grab an Arcane Rune for his troubles.
While all this is happening, Phantom Assassin, no one is even close. Check the net worth, 4.2k, while the second has 3,000. Jeez, that's actually huge.
And V2's item build here, we saw him going for that Ring of Tarask earlier on, but where's that item now, Lacoste?
Deleted. I was about to, you know, say something stupid, say he didn't need it this time, because there wasn't too much pressure and was playing with Oracle, but that item is out.
It's gone, so replaced by the double Ring of Regen that the PA's picked up.
Also, Ring of Regen got nerfed. 1.5 to 1.25.
So that's why he's got two of them, yeah? Make up a bit of difference. PA rushing towards Battle Fury. Oh, another shovel there. This time Roger, the first use, gets a bounty rune. Beautiful.
Balanced. One team gets Cabal, the other team gets
Oil
the
mid.
rune.
Global silence in return. ILTW and Sax are both here though, and they're looking for it with a cooldown, but the Fate Edict onto Silence are going to dodge away from all magical damage. Fortune's End comes. Iceberg still being tagged up by Saxa, and the 3-hero gank squad arrives. ILTW, first rotation at level 6, and he makes it worth it.
And Thompson keeping bottom to help out. No Tail.
Trying to
Can
burn
they
through
get
in
it?
general.
Yeah, earn and the overtime damage. Let's see, one more orb.
In 2 seconds.
And OG's playing so well right now.
Oh, General. He knew he couldn't escape, so he tried to turn to get some CS on his way out. 7 to 5. I mean, net worth-wise, it's very close, but it feels like OG are kind of dictating where the map movements are going and what's happening in the game.
And this is the difference, like, when we talk about the draft, the mid-hero, yeah, Silencer got those 3 assists from the start and just died twice, because he doesn't have any escape mechanism. There's also Silence that he needs to play against. And maybe Dragonite would have been a better choice, where they can, you know, have a stronger laner, and he doesn't care too much about those rotations. Much more tankier, and this is the hero that scales better than the Silencer.
Now look at all these stacks. Big bank built up here by Lena. Oh, is Roger going to take it? He'll look towards that medium camp. Large camp, plenty of gold left there for the PA to come and take. But they need to defend this, and I think OG have a very good idea of what's happening as they make a move onto Oracle. Snaps the coil. Fate's Edict on him, so difficult to keep pushing damage forward, but Thompson's there with the urn, the homing missiles coming, and a dominating streak for ILTW. Light Strike Array clipping Thompson on the way through, though. Now a dive forward, and
he's ready.
Sun
They have
Supernova.
attack speed.
They absolutely don't. Iceberg has been done for. Dumpstered with a triple kill for ILTW. This gyrocopter is annihilating Navi.
Very aggressive play from OG. Like, they are bringing their carry. They see that, you know, Phantom Assassin is not going to be joining fight, just prefers to farm. Silencer feels very weak. And Dobson, like, every single time his coil is ready, he goes for a target. And this urn gives him that extra bit of kill potential. That's something that he needs. Well, what is that item that he's going for? Witchblade.
Witchblade?
Has fallen.
Yep.
What does it do?
It gives attack speed, intelligence, projectile speed, some armor, and causes your next attack to apply poison for 3 seconds. 25% slow, and 1 time your intelligence as a damage every second. Sounds good. I've seen it on Dead Prophet yesterday when we played it.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, some of these new items, you know, maybe, well, I was thinking about, you know, Null Tally's Embraces, the way that Wraithband used to be Aquila, Null Tally used to be, you know, Into the Veil and stuff like that, but they've got completely new early game items. I'll come back to this in a second, because Seb is being hounded by Navi, throws the RP, and the Gyro's in the vicinity, but they'll leave the Magnus to die.
Rotation.
Everyone up there
Also
from Navi.
using RP. Magnus getting very close to his Blink Dagger on top of Double Bracer, Magic Wand, and Arcane Boots. Seb is so farmed.
He really is, yeah. 4th in net worth, ahead of the Silencer by about 1,000 gold. But yeah, these early game items, now what do you think about them? The Orb of Corrosion, this Witchblade, there's also the fluffy hat that builds into some like Falcon Blade and stuff like that.
A Witchblade seems like a good item, like it gives you pretty much what you need. You know, some attack speed on the mid laners, the intelligence ones that can scale. It gives you some armor, especially against the V8. And the starter in this game, General, yeah, he's very, very dead.
He was playing around with Saxa, who snowball dodged him, and the rest of OG arrive. Just behind them, though, V-Tune is clearing through the ancient stack that OG had made. Battle Fury, of course, done for that Phantom Assassin, so accelerating very quickly. 7k net worth up now. And then TPing out as RTW will be like, oh, my stacks have gone. And that's all enabled by that deep observer ward on the high ground.
Burns.
Comes out from Navi.
I see Magnus going for Horn Toss, new ability from the Shard, which tosses people into the air for 0.6 seconds. They also have a Walrus Punch that tosses you into the air. Always want to fly, might get his wish granted.
Well, the Laguna Blade Saxa, a little bit too far forward. Navi really are playing as this 5-man unit. Global Silence to try and save General there as the skewer was coming. Good cancel, so Seb couldn't pick off the General Slardar, and a nice crush there with the silence as well. They caught out Puck. Supernova to maybe win this fight for OG still. They're focusing it down though, and Iceberg would always want to fly, get the job done. A double kill for the silencer. Up to 12 permanent Angie stolen now.
Dire's top tower.
And I feel like the big factor here is still this V-Tune Phantom Assassin. 303, untouched, still scaling.
Yeah, this is something that they're relying on. I said the General needs to have a good time. He's really not having a one. Double bracer, face boots, windlace, this blink dagger. He needs another 6-7 minutes if Navi's playing well, if they're winning fights. But the one thing they got going well for them is Phantom Assassin plus the Slaughter combination. If they kill 2-3 heroes, they can easily turn that into Roche. Phantom Assassin getting very close to that Desolator, just needs to buy one more Mithril Hammer, and with Battle Fury, like that should be pretty soon, 2-3 minutes. Blink is up on Mag.
Nice move by Thompson. Baiting always want to fly. He thought it was just the puck, and he was being tentative about whether he wants to, you know, stand his ground on the high ground there or back away, and the entirety of OG were actually following through. General toying with RTW back in that triangle area. As Gyro's Aghanim Scepter's complete. Nothing changed with that, right? Still the side gunner, flak cannon.
The side gunner, yeah. Rocket Barrage upgrade. Hits an extra target and increases duration by 1 second. Sounds really good, especially if you pair that up with E-Blade.
Hits an extra target. Interesting.
OG will need to get some kind of dispel mechanic against the global silence, so they can, you know, try to reinitiate. You see global silence, you feel, yeah, this is it. We can go all in. Magnus, there's Ether Lance in his quick buy, and Aghanim Shard might change things around, and he just did that. I was trying to say either Lotus Orb or Guardian Greaves, where like you have ways of counter initiating with that. Already has Arcane Boots, so can disassemble that.
Phoenix also going a similar direction with Lotus Orb queued up. Kinda want to see the new Yule Scepter though. Targeting it on allies, moving the Cyclone around.
It's a very costly item. It costs like 6.5k if I remember correctly.
7,125. Yeah. The Wind Waker. So bringing a bit of Link and Zelda into our Dota 2 game.
When I tested it, you can go from high ground to low ground, so that's pretty big.
Lucky.
When you own yourself, yeah. You know how many times you got yourself in a bad spot where you're using the old scepter to buy time, maybe someone can help you out, but with this item, like, you can do it yourself.
Yeah, so then instead of like Yule's Blink and hoping for the Blink to come off cooldown, you can just Yule's and get the winds to carry you to safety. So Rodovatos looking for the Blink Dagger next. Iceberg wants a bit more maneuverability. And wondering, does he want to go for anything after that Blink Dagger? Because we've got a couple of new Blink kind of components, right? New Blink items that we could build into.
He had 3 new Blink Daggers. It was way too long. Like, Blink Dagger, since Dota 1 days, like, this has been pretty much the same item. I remember when 648B arrived. I think that was the patch in Dota 1 when Blinks got cancelled. Before, you know, you receive damage, you're like, I don't give a crap, I'll just blink.
Yeah, just blink away from everybody.
Issues with the voice program that they've been using.
VTune's gonna go and make some tea. It's a cold evening. He wants to warm himself up. Try and keep those hands warm around a nice toasty mug.
That iceberg says "Все норм, брат," which means it's all good, bro. I don't know what the other one means.
I have no idea either. Need a translator.
So yeah, for... Go ahead, Gary.
I was going to say, she's like 1,000 gold away from Deso. Like 15 minutes in, VTune just continues to race ahead. But there's got to be some point where this PA is like, okay, guys, I'm going to join in. I'll try and fight. But
once she gets that Deso, it's go time. Like, they will probably try to smoke up. A global silence will be up again, 50 seconds. This is the standard stuff. You mentioned the item build on silencer, like double or triple null, Rod of Atos to keep people in place. It's very good against Phoenix's dive. Tusk can't use the snowball. Magnus, Puck as well against the illusory orb. There was a change. I'm actually not sure the root mechanic against Puck where it got shifted around. So I think you can use illusory orb, but you cannot use banning rift. Yeah, I think that's the change.
Okay. Well, I was kind of wondering about whether PA has to wait a little bit longer, because General, he's had an all-right game. The laning stage looked pretty good, but went back for phase boots after double bracer, the wand, gloves of haste there to maybe try and accelerate his farm a bit more. Blink Dagger's pretty far away, and again, he is that one form of initiation that Navi has.
Yeah, he's investing so much into these cheap items, so Blink Dagger really delayed, and the laning stage didn't really go well for him.
Also has the shard queued up. Corrosive Haze applies for 5 seconds on units hit with Slithering Crush. So if he gets a big blink in, 3-4 man blink crush, applies Corrosive Haze to them, and then PA is whacking into them with the right clicks and the daggers.
And then PA level 25 with triple Stifling Dagger.
Oh.
Just AoE. Doesn't sound too bad, Gary.
Sounds pretty good. You're going to be slaughtering people. Oh, modern art, Lacoste. Navi, they've been practicing.
Oh.
Some beautiful stuff there.
I'd buy that for $100,000.
Just put Banksy's name on the bottom of it. No one can tell the difference.
I mean, Banksy's cool compared to some other artists that just, like, did someone just spill the paint on it?
Well, did someone spill some baked beans on this piece of paper? Like, what is this? Yeah, there's some interesting art out there as they coil up General, really stymieing his progress towards the blink. Thompson dodges the light strike array, and General's going to turn around with Laguna Blade help from Roger, and they clear through Thompson. OG a little bit late to the party, trying to chase the Slardar back, but they won't catch him, will they? Maybe No Tail can burst through him, but another good crush. 2-1 charges. He's going to survive. Mid lane, though, the skewer back. Seb's there. LTW down. The save wasn't available, and the PA ready to join these battles even before Desolator. The Magnus in a lot of trouble, being cleaved in twain by VTune.
Here comes Papa Assassin. General, how far? Yeah, he's really far away from Roche Pit. They could have tried to maybe go for it, but this gave him a really good chunk of gold. Now he's 1,000 gold away from that. Blink Dagger, Phantom Assassin, 500, closing to that Deso. They need to be careful. They also need to start building some armor items. Puck finished that Witchblade that we talked about, which is gonna give him armor, Magnus, Lotus Orb, that's some extra armor, Tusk, Medallion. They need to tank up. Like, look at Phoenix, a casual Ring of Protection and the Plate Mail.
Absolutely right. Stack up that armor. Well, Dire scanning Roshan. Trying to make sure there's no sneakiness going on from OG. And it looks like a big group up from OG themselves. Without RP for a minute, cooldown's coming up in about 15 seconds. They do wander into the pit. Scan coming a little bit early. Are they really going to try this? They've got a decent amount of magic damage, and with Tag Team bursting through Roshan pretty quickly, Navi need to respond. No one here.
Big. That's really big. Stealing Roshan from Phantom Assassin and Slaughter.
They're not moving.
Side Gunner, Medallion, Tag Team, they have enough damage, and Sunray was keeping them nice and healthy.
They've snuck it.
Definitely not a move that Navi expected them to go for.
Well, they expected it because they scanned it. It was just like 10 seconds too early. No one showing on the map from OG.
Amulet picked up by Gyrocopter, and he's like, I don't want that. That's too much text. Don't want to read it. The stuff that I know, Dragon Scale, that's armor against me.
Oh man,
Good.
Thompson slaughtered. General does get picked off by Saxa and No Tail, but it's that big kill in the mid lane where they always want to fly. And V-Tune there getting straight on top of the puck. That's something that RTW will probably want though. Vambrace, no, he keeps the Dragon Scale. You were saying that armor is very valuable this match. And a bullwhip for PA.
Oh, Seb, can they find him? Seb blinks out.
Dragging himself into the trees. They know roughly where he is. Roger shows on the creep wave. Seb cutting through the forest. He's found a hidey hole. Do Navi continue looking for him? Roger is a man on a mission. He's found some cut trees. He's found the Seb Magnus. Blink TP
Get him.
off to the right hand side. He misses just off the mark with a light strike array. That was literally on the edge.
Seb actually went for a long TP. He TP'd the tier 2 tower that someone already TP'd to.
Yeah, OG are getting ready to fight. There's a DD rune bottom that Gyro might be able to grab there. Positioning themselves to take down Roger. Looks like a simple kill here with Saxa, Thompson both closing the gap fast enough. Lena does get deleted. Oh, Gyro going for Halberd after Ags. Still nobody found that DD rune though. Snowball towards always want to fly though, as Saxa gives him the punch. Half HP Oracle turns and burns with the Purifying Flames for the cooldown, and Dream Coil does catch out the Center of Iceberg. Phantom Strike away gets the PA back to safety, but they lose another 2 heroes. OG with these teamfight ultis so quick to snap into action, and a blink RP. Oh, Seb, he's missed out on General, trying to skewer back with the stuns. The big hit crit from V-Tune forces the Magnus to disengage.
Yeah, we talked about how Yoda hasn't changed much, at least like the first impression. So everyone's just playing the same way, like as they did in the previous patch. Problem for Navi is they don't have the egg hitters. Like Lena.
Oh my god, Laguna Blade. Saxa's down. The Blink Crush. There it is. Onto RTW. Trying to burst through the ages. And they get him. Thompson in the meanwhile dealing with Roger. Lena's gone. And the dive forward. No Tail trying his hardest. But with no Supernova. Can't stick around in the fight. So they keep going on RTW. And Gyro just being annihilated here as Navi do smoke from that mid lane. Making a play to make OG pay.
We can feel the power of Slardar's Corrosive Haze, plus that Deso finished up on Phantom Assassin, and he goes for pretty much the same item build. Global Silence dropped on Puck.
Thompson
Ghost Scepter.
Does pop the Ghost Scepter. Still going to get right-clicked into Oblivion. V-Tune. Now the big heavy hitting crits come, and this is really great for V-Tune. Not only did he have a good early game, accelerating very fast, but hitting this timing around Deso and getting a lot of kills off it means the BKB, that next big item, comes that much faster.
Once he gets a BKB, doesn't need to care too much about the spells. There's Walrus Punch, there's like Supernova that goes through Magic Immunity, and the reverse polarity, but with Oracle behind you, you should be fine. There's also Glimmer Cape already on the Oracle, 3 healing cells, he found the Trusted Shovel, so a lot of synergy there. And finally, Slardar has that Blink Dagger.
Yeah, and if you're playing Oracle, really don't be afraid to even just buy salves. Having that salve inside the False Promise, incredibly valuable, especially when you've got a single core lineup like this with the PA. Save her, dispel her. Get that heal going. OG with another smoke. Again, they've got the green lights. All ultis ready. Full arsenal of abilities as they dive towards Always Want to Fly. General blinks away over to the north side. OG find nothing.
No vision. They have no reveal. Phoenix is bringing some. Tusk also doesn't have it.
They'll see General in a second up on that top lane, but I don't think they can go for it. Sticking around for the mid-tier 1 instead.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Navi does not want to take a fight yet. PA getting very close to that BKB. If they had it, they'll probably just go in. 2k gold lead for OG, but you don't really feel it. It's a very even game, I would say.
It feels dead even, yeah. And if OG are able to plant themselves in this kind of position more often, where they're holding a high ground and waiting for Navi to make the move, having all of these big team fight ultis, definitely a big bonus for them. Where's Iceberg sitting right now? Middle of the pack net worth wise. Blink and that Rod of Atos. Global up at level 2. So we've got 5.25 seconds. That's a bit weird, the scaling of that spell. 4.5, 5.25, 6. 0.75 every level. Nice.
I'm just looking at Gyrocopter's talent tree. Level 15, minus 40 seconds cooldown, so...
I think it's been that for a while. 40 seconds reduction.
Changed. And here's the
Navi
smoke.
Smoking.
BKB PA, level 18.
She wants to make the jump onto the Phoenix here. The blink onto the two of them. It's great from General, blowing up No Tail. Fortune's End also catching Saxa, and the global silence means that he's down, dead to rights. Magnus in the meanwhile, low sword returned onto Roger, but he's gone. The blink fall from PA, finds LTW, leaving through and critting into the gyro. The cooldown's thrown. PA has to be wary of this. BKB is down. So with the Dream Call on under, the false approach is needed. The save from Always On Fly comes, and Saxa stunned. Roger gets the catch. Tusk is down with a dieback. General Iceberg running forward to the Rod of Atos, and they find LTW. The PA needs to make a move though. Either in or out. Will Thompson be found?
Well, I say barely misses.
Thank you.
It's very hard for them, you know. If they go on these targets, Magnus has the Lotus Storm, so that's their only way of, you know, having something against the global silence. Great smoke from Navi. They found them in the correct place. Now they can go on a mid lane. Thompson just trying to buy time. No Dream Coil for 30 seconds.
They have the Supernova and they're going to force Navi back. Homing missile flying out towards General. They're chasing for Iceberg though with the Sun Ray and the Waning Rift. They're actually burning through him fast enough. The gap closed from OG. Incredible there.
Radiant.
Bridging
Always
that
gonna
distance.
fly. Not there. He was on a mission to pick up some bounties.
Top tower is under attack.
Oh, General Slardar slips away. OG again come to play in this high ground triangle. Ideally, they want this tier 2 bottom to fall. And then they can play that multi-pronged attack actually towards the Navi base.
Always Gonna Fly having a really good game. OG does not have that one hero that Oracle is really afraid of. They don't have that like instant jump because Gyrocopter doesn't really want to be in the front line, especially right now because he's not tanky.
And you don't want to RP, you don't want to look for an RP on the Oracle.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Because Always Wanna Fly is going to be playing from fog, hiding behind the PA. So it's going to come down to vision and whether or not Thompson will be able to find him. Because E-Blade is up on that puck now. Which blade? E-Blade?
All the blades.
Another blade, please, Thompson. Not a Yule Scepter. We can't go into Scepters after buying 2 blades.
We have a lot of blades in Dota. Ethereal, Diffusal,
Shadow.
Blade Mail, yeah, Abyssal Blade. Quelling Blade.
Blades of Attack. There's plenty
Blades
of
of
them.
Alacrity. We have all
Just
the
keep
blades.
going, mate.
I think they
Look at that
might
Roche,
be
man.
all right. Roche done. OG, no response. So Phantom Assassin picks up Aegis, Cheese. Who's holding it? Silencer.
Yeah, Iceberg needs that extra bit of tankiness on top of the Essence Ring.
Radiant's top tower.
Given that
is
burst
under
regen
attack.
from the cheese. Sitting on 30 bonus int right now. did go for the insta-steal talent, of course.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Easy top tier 1 for Navi. And this is the same position we were explaining about OG. Opposing triangles. Dire wants to play into that Radiant one. Very nice, comfortable place to be. But OG are already there. Ready to defend their high grounds. A basher for PA now. V-Tune is stacked. 17,000 net worth up on him.
Elven Tunic, picked up by Gyro. That's a new tier 3 item. Some attack speed, 16% evasion, a bit of movement speed.
Radiant's middle tower
That's it,
is
does it?
under attack.
Which one
Radiant
gives you
structures are
invisibility?
fortified.
E-Blade from Thompson. I'm not sure.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
What, a cloak that gives you invisibility? Sounds like Harry Potter to me.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
So many neutral items now. There are plenty of them. Ceremonial robe is mana. Active cloak, 25-second cooldown, causes you to become invisible for 6 seconds. That's pretty cool. And we did see the Penta-Edged sword come out in that last series as well. Doom was running around with a very demonic sword. 45 damage, 80 melee attack
Doom
range.
with Penta-Edged sword, drawing pentagrams.
Yeah, on his opponents.
That's lore for you.
Very fitting. OG looking at this next fight very delicately. They know they need some real perfect execution to be able to catch out this PA, 3 times basically with Aegis and BKB. But the jump is in from General, finding Seb, dive there, but the global silence stops any supernova plays, and Iceberg's made the move on to that poor Phoenix, blown up with buyback available though. Now no tail, he'll pop it with a cooldown coming. Sansa has to ease on. But Sansa's blown up by a dagger. Supernova's down, the blink RP. Seb, he's got them both, drags them in, and that's beautiful from OG, executing wonderfully, ignoring the PA. Now she comes back in, but Puck has jaunted to an orb off the other way.
Now they're
Skewering
chasing,
forward.
they want V-Tune. Where's that blink?
Phantom Strike range. 300 range, but they've got the E-Blade. Turn with the BKB. The buyback from the Oracle now. Seb getting jumped on. Has a Lotus Orb as the pushback there. Thompson dealing with the Sladar's Blink Crush initiation. And I think the Puck's all right. Still trying to orb forward. They want this PA real badly. They know that Navi do not have the backup necessary to keep V-Tune going. Oracle's too far away. But there's the jump.
There's the crit. There's the godlike.
Radiant
V-Tune shuts it all down as OG decide to spread and separate. They get taken out.
Phantom Assassin was a bit afraid in that fight. Like, didn't get the good jump, only managed I don't think she even killed Tusk there because he was snowballing to the side. They also had the ward on the high ground, so the vision should be there for her to get a good jump, especially with the Aegis, but Silencer maybe a bit too aggressive, blinked in, and was forced to use the cheese, but very nice RP response from Mag.
It was really nice.
Fortune.
It's still an unkilled and unkillable Phantom Assassin, though. Aegis for 1 minute. BKB 8-second duration for this next charge. Silencer also buying a BKB of his own. Eyeing up that
LTW.
top lane gyrocopter, yeah.
Has a shard already and going for E-Blade that we mentioned, like the kite potential, the damage amplification on the targets. Sounds like a really good item on Gyro. And
The
then the
smoke
star.
from OG. They spot him, they jump in, they make the dive. V-Tune try to focus them down, but there's the escape from Puck. Phase shifting, though, sorbing away. And V-Tune's BKB is wearing out now. Dangerous situation for Navi, trying to bring the rest of the cavalry in, but the global silence comes and the false promise is there. V-Tune saved up and they found the Phoenix in the back. Life Strike rate is stunned, so there's no ulti coming. Supernova Man down and they are focusing towards the gyro. A good dream course snapped back by that Magnus with a 2-man RP as well. V-Tune and always on a fly being cleared through, but they can't finish the PA. Still holding Aegis, jumping onto Seb. A beyond godlike Phantom Assassin, and V-Tune is going to heal up from the Aegis too as he clears through them all. The triple kill for V-Tune. Thompson gets a triple kill as well, but it's Navi who kill 5 while OG kill 4. 9 heroes are dead.
9 heroes dead, Gary. Phantom Assassin getting all that juicy XP for herself. Will be level 25 in the next minute and decides to go for Nullifier, which I really like, you know, just removing the Empower on the target and those 2 E-blades that can cause some issues. Finally, you know, we see Phantom Assassin going in. They still had a minute left on that Aegis before the fight started. So next Roche may respawn in 2.5 minutes.
Has fallen.
This is gonna be a big fight. Like, if they get the Cheese Aegis +1, they're probably praying for Aghanim Scepter.
Absolutely. It is the Axe patch after all. We had the Aghanim's Labyrinth, and he's been handing out goodies like Santa Claus to all these heroes in this patch. Cloak of Flames was just picked up by PA, but it looks like she's going to hand that over to somebody else. Slardar takes it for the armor, magic resistance, and of course that passive immolation. What else is there? Quiver on Silencer, Mindbreaker PA. A new Psychic Headband. 12% intelligence, 100 cast range, Psychic Push, which we saw from the Puck earlier on, but Puck decides the Elven Tunic is more his style rather than a tiara.
I like this Cloak of Flames stuff. Imagine if we have Radiance on top of that on a melee hero like Spectre.
Oh, Thompson. Look at General. He's got the Blink Crush with a good face shift fast from Thompson. E-blades up onto someone. Fortune's End onto the PA, but they don't get the jump they needed. So both Sax and Thompson are going to be blessing their lucky stars. They were able to get out there unscathed.
Radiant are
Any
scanning.
big items inside of OG? Like Phoenix getting closer to that Lotus Orb, which will help them have like second way of dispelling things. Mag has one. Blink Dagger picked up on a Tusk. Tusk still struggles, because once they get the good initiation and the global silence, he can't go in, because he does not have way of dispelling things for himself.
You know, in the draft you were asking about break mechanics. Is there a reason here OG, you know, I guess can't go for one against the PA? No Silver Edge, no anything like that?
Well, Phantom Assassin has a built-in break with Fan of Knives. Well, that's the ability from old Warcraft 3, like Mordred had it, right? Yeah. Oh man, we know that Ice Frog was working on this patch really hard. You know, people still doubting he's there. We get the Dota 1 abilities, Dota 1 names back, so yeah, it's definitely him. He's there. He's not gone.
What was the first version you remember playing?
I don't know. I played Tides of Blood. I played Aeon of Strife. That was pre-Dota, and then
Three
Dota
Corridors.
and then I started playing it. Yeah.
Yeah, there were loads of versions of it. Cause that old, the old loading art, you know, in the river with like Slardar and stuff. That's still ingrained in my memory forever. I think it was like 5.84C or something. A long, long time ago. Oh, RTW breaks the high ground. Navi, they saw him. Observer and sentries there. Perfect vision for Navi here over OG, but look at the positioning from the rest of them. No-Tail, Seb, Thompson, all pretty distant, waiting for Roshan to respawn in 1 minute.
Silencer also picked up the shard, which gives him one more bounce, dealing 50% of the damage on the blades.
It's hefty. Big old punches. The jump in with the crush. BKB's out from Bichu. Trying to blow up RTW, but the good save coming in from Thompson. From the Tusk, sorry, as the Supernova's there from No-Tail. They zone back Navi. No one gets taken down, but with Iceberg arriving now, he is moving forward, and you're right, he's holding the ulti with the BKB ready. Iceberg stands at half HP, throws the global now, and B-Tune blows up by RTW. Big slice down on the gyro. The two-man LP from Seb, missing your stuff. Thompson tries to arrive with Saxon there as well, but General, the re-initiation from the Slardar. They do find the Silencer at long last, but B-Tune still going. The Phantom Assassin, hungry for blood. Life Strike away misses, and now chasing towards that Oracle of always want to fly. And RTW with his buyback needs to make it worthwhile. Seb's forward, misses the shockwave, catching, no, missing with the skewer, and Drodger, that's an optimistic TP.
They have nothing,
but he's successful.
TP with, and V-Tune on bottom will cut the creep wave. Oh, triple stifling dagger, like
Dyer's
coup de
bottom
grace,
tower is
chance
under
got
attack.
nerfed. It was 10% before, so he goes for a different talent. Yeah, this is a combination that we actually mentioned before. Slugger also picked up hard, so it caused corrosive haste to be applied for 5 seconds. The units hit with Slither and Crush with the triple stifling dagger, man. That's actually pretty cool.
Iceberg fights back. E-Blade coming through, but General, the big man with a big crush, finds the takedown, and they're going to slay them all. 3 heroes in a row for VTune, continuing this beyond godlike streak. 16-0-11. VTune's going to have himself this.
So hyped, you know, to see the new patch. Like, yeah, can't wait for Phantom Assassin and Sven to get nerfed. Well, here's your Phantom Assassin once again.
What now, haters?
Yeah, what do they get? Is that
Refresher shard.
refresher? Okay. Ice Frog keeping things balanced, you know. If Phantom Assassin picked up that Aghanim Scepter, would have been rough.
And this is going to be tier 2, potentially a lane of barracks as well, because Puck doesn't have buyback. Thompson's down still for 40 seconds. No Tail has the Aghanim's shard, so these fiery spirits, they are constant.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But the amount of heals coming in for VTune means this tier 3 is dead to rights.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
RTW is going to try with homing missiles to slow the push. Tier 3 down and Navi not committing.
I think
No need to risk anything on the racks.
Radiant are scanning.
I think Aghanim Shard should be more visible. Like, it's just 3 blue dots. Not that easy to spot, especially if there's like blue stuff. Or let's say Lena, like her
Radiant's
Laguna
bottom
Blade is
tower
blue, the
is
mana
under
pool is
attack.
blue. If she had like 2 more items in the left slots.
I still keep looking for the, the buff
The buff
icon.
in the status board, yeah. Bar, not board.
Bar board, same thing. Seb smoked up. Yeah, with the rest of them actually. No Tail, Saxa, ILTW. Thompson clearing out the bottom wave. Good positioning from Navi though, holding the staircase. Waiting for any sneakiness here from OG. And Phantom Assassin's the only one to show on the map right now, still with Aegis BKB.
Spell Prism dropped by both teams. They're gonna get it. Puck definitely taking one to lower the cooldown on his abilities. It got nerfed. Now it's 18%. Before it was 20.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
ILTW with a very close TP there, near the edge of vision from Navi. I think they pinged him out and did see him on the way out. And OG trying to get out of their base.
That's actually sick build-up for Silencer, because he can get Gleipnir from Rod of Atos and Maelstrom. And it gives you, like... It roots all enemies. So Tusk can't use save, there's no skewer, there's no dive. And deals damage also.
And it's in an AoE, right?
Yeah, and it also works really well with your shard. Or the Glaze of Wisdom bounce. Like, it might actually work where you get, like, the proc also from Maelstrom from the second bounce.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's going to be cool. First time I've seen
Just
that
theory
item come out.
crafting, maybe it doesn't work, but I believe it should work.
Jump in. VTune. He makes the move. Finds the gyro. Global comes, and RTW is being blown up. No buyback for him. Navi now with a perfect avenue to take game 1. 110 seconds with no gyrocopter.
That's their damage. Without gyro for a full 2 minutes, I don't think they can take the fight. DD.
It's a good skewer back. TA still moving forward with the Aegis pop. They do take her first life, and there is no BKB here. So General needs to make the move in the global with a 2-man crush, finding Saxa, bringing down Thompson. They're all falling. The dominoes come tumbling down as Navi push them over, and OG, they're going to be taken out here in game 1.
That's such a sick combo, actually.
Set.
And crush RP, but instant Yule Scepter.
Immediate response from Navi. They tried. They went for the play. They even brought back Saxa, but General, he's still in there with a blink BKB, and GG is called.
Oh, great performance from Navi. I think they are onto something, like with the itemization, with the hero combination once again.
With the PA Slardar.
With the PH Slardar, if you still don't know what to pick, just go with the Phantom Assassin. Still feels broken when combined with the certain heroes and the choice of talents, like the triple Stifling Dagger that I mentioned, with Slardar getting the shard, applying corrosive haze. The heroes apply to the heroes hit by Slither and Crush.